No more time for Grump, we gotta be nice now. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to A Man Called Otto. This is a donation reward for Smurf, so thank you Smurf for donating for this. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see this because when this movie was first coming out, I had heard of it and it's like, oh, this looks like this could be pretty fun, pretty cute. A pretty, low stakes movie and everything, all things considered. But I never got around to watching it. It's just one of those movies I never got around to seeing. And now Smurf has donated for it, so I can finally get around to doing so. So I know the basic gist of this movie. I know that Tom Hanks plays a grumpy old man who ends up bonding with his new neighbors. And that's about it. That I don't know any other information about the plot or exactly what happens. But I know that that is the basic premise. And this is going to be interesting because I just don't know if I can see Tom Hanks being grumpy. He's so nice. Like, Tom Hanks is known for being such a genuinely nice guy in real life, but also, playing genuinely nice guys. It's kind of his thing. And he's played serious roles, like in Philadelphia. But I wouldn't call his character grumpy or anything. Honestly, off the top of my head, I think the grumpiest character I can think of him having played is fucking Woody from Toy Story. And that's saying something. But it's just so much of the time I think of Tom Hanks as just this saint of a man. Also, not too bad on the eyes either, even in his older age. I just think of Tom Hanks as just a really good dude. And so him playing this really grumpy, really kind of mean old man is just a really fun idea for me, and I'm really interested to see how he pulls it off. He's a phenomenal actor. I think he'll absolutely be able to pull it off, but I'm just wondering what he's going to do and how it's going to work. But also because I know that this movie is about him bonding with his new neighbors and everything. I know he's going to reach the point where he is more like the Tom Hanks we typically think of. So, yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what we get from this. I don't know who else might be in this. I don't know anything more about the plot. I think I saw one trailer, and I think I only saw it maybe twice. And I don't remember enough from it. But I'm very curious. Hopefully I'll end up really enjoying it. So let's just get into this and find out. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So before anything, I want to mention, I completely misread the death year of Sonia on the gravestone. For some reason, I misread it as 2015. I don't know if it was because of the smaller screen on watching off of the OBS or whatnot, but it was 2018. So a lot of this took place 6 years or 6 months after her death. So it said April 2018, so it'd be October 2018 or so that a lot of this takes place. But also to note, the ending, which said 2022, So yeah, it was a few years later then, because that would have been like 3 to 4 years later, depending on exactly what time it like skipped ahead from and everything. Um, Depends on what time of the year and all as well. Somewhere in that range. But yeah. Uh, I want to check real quick. I could have done this off camera, but I want to check on camera real quick. Okay. So it looks like this did do pretty well. Excuse me. Where the fuck did that come from? Wow. Looks like this did do pretty well, but not like phenomenal or anything. Um, as always, take it with a grain of salt, but Rotten Tomatoes has it at 70% with 211 critic reviews as positive, with an average rating of 6.1 out of 10. Um, I feel like a lot of people will look at a movie like this and view it as like, oh, it's just another one of those schmaltzy, emotional, heartstring tugging movies that's, based off of a book and all about, the feel good kind of thing or the emotional, uh, pull of it. And some people will look at that and be like, I don't really see the appeal in it. It's been done to death. It's been overdone. You've seen all of these kinds of movies before. It's nothing new. It's nothing special. It doesn't break any ground. And that's a fair view of it because these movies are like very numerous. There's a lot of them everywhere. And yeah, they have been to a degree done to death. But when I watch a movie, I don't tend to judge movies in that regard. I don't tend to look at a movie and like, oh, this concept's been done before. I watch the movie and I'm like, how does this movie handle this concept? How does this movie tackle whatever is going on here? And does it do it in either a way that is newer or does it do it in a way that even if it's not new and fresh, it still is good? It's still well handled. And so you have to kind of look at that in a different way, I feel. And I've talked before how I tend to like feel good movies a lot. Um and I don't know if I for 100% have gone through a lot of the reasons, but considering the relevancy to this film, the biggest reason I would say is because of my depression. For those who may not know, I do face chronic depression. I have for a long, long time. Maybe not my entire life, but a good portion of it. And in 2013, I even attempted suicide multiple times and thankfully was unsuccessful. Thankfully, I wasn't able to fully commit and go through with it out of, various fears and whatnot. But I did make the attempt and I was in a very, very bad place. And it's various things that have led me there, various things that kind of like are the straw that broke the camel's back. But in the end, it's just like a combination of a lot of issues I was having as well as just mental and emotional feelings that I couldn't really control in any way. And the thing that really got me out of it, this is something I've talked about all the time, but for those who maybe knew and all, the thing that really brought me out of my depression in a way that like saved me, and while I still have it, it helped me get through it at the time to where it was in that bad of a state, was actually discovering a show. A show that gave me hope again, that gave me that made me feel love again. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Just something I would have not had interest in prior, but I checked it out randomly because of a video I saw on YouTube, also randomly. And I ended up falling in love with it, and a specific episode in season 2 just saved me. It made me want to live again. Um, and it may not even be the best episode, but I have a special place in my heart for it because of that. If you're curious, it's A Friend Indeed. Um, but the point is, movies like this, movies that are schmaltzy, that are hope core, that are, emotionally charged and about, feel good stuff like this, they appeal to me specifically because they remind me of why I'm still alive. They remind me of the hope that kept me from being able to commit to killing myself. They remind me of what allowed me, whatever force you want to call it, to see the YouTube video when I did, to see the series of MLP when I did, to see that episode when I did. Whatever kind of force you want to call it, whether it be God or luck or, whatever. It's because of that I'm still here. And movies like this bring me back to that. And I mean, I liked schmaltzy movies before even that incident, but it's like they became something more to me after. And so, like, going into this movie, I knew the general gist of what it was about. And so I knew I was going to like it. At least to some degree. And it's like I'm already a big fan of Tom Hanks as an actor. And just the concept of this sounds very fascinating to me. It's like this sounded like absolutely my thing. And yeah, it ticked every box for me. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. The acting was great. It even ticked boxes I didn't even know it was going to. Like, the trans representation was really well done in this. It was really well handled and meant a lot to include that. It also had, like, representation for various other factors too. For disabled people, for people of color, and just, people who are being taken advantage of by greedy corporations and shit. But in all seriousness, it's like this movie feels like it's speaking to people as a whole, as a concept. It's a movie made to bring us together and to show that people need each other to some degree. And it's like, you can be like a little bit of an introvert and all, that's fine, but it's like social interaction and love and stuff like that can be important. And every person is different. Nobody like needs the same kind of love or same kind of interaction. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be different for each different person, but everybody needs something in their lives to help them get through tough situations and heavy grief and pain and sorrow. I know that like all can connect, but it's not entirely the same thing. It's very clear where this movie is going from like very early on. It doesn't like hide a lot, and it's not trying to surprise you exactly. Like, you could probably guess from very early on that Otto probably is going to die. But you also know that he's going to find his new family with these people first. You know he's going to adopt a cat. You know things are going to work out against the favor of this company. It's like it's again, it's not trying to surprise you. It's not trying to like have a twist or some kind of like big moment of like revelation. No. It's very straightforward, and it's meant to be. Because it's not about like surprises. It's about a man dealing with immeasurable grief, having become bitter and grumpy and cruel, learning to find hope in the world again, learning to find a reason to live. And because of his condition, making plans for when he inevitably does go. To where, like, he'll be able to take care of the people he started to care about. It's a very feel-good, very schmaltzy, very simple movie. And that's all it ever needed to be. It does its job, and it does it well. Do I think it's like the best movie of all time? No. But it's absolutely the kind of movie that appeals to me. And while I wouldn't like rank it like super, super high, just in terms of it, how well it's made and stuff, in terms of like emotional impact, it's like it definitely succeeds. So I think I could split the difference and say this is like an 8.5 out of 10. I'd say that's a good place to put it. Because on emotion alone, it's a 10 out of 10. On, like, movie quality, I think I would agree with, like, the 7 out of 10 that the... Around 7 out of 10 that, like, the reviewers would have given it. It's very good. And I'll split the difference between the emotional and the more, like, filmmaking side of it and give it an 8.5. And that's just based off of, like, you know, initial gut reaction and everything, too, keep in mind. But yeah, Tom Hanks, everyone did obviously a fantastic job. His son did a great job playing his younger self. It was well done in having the backstory be told periodically throughout. You're trying to kind of like figure it out yourself. You're trying to guess, but at the same time, it's like the way it reveals certain elements at certain points is really good. And I think it just it really just works for me. I know I'm not the best at explaining this all, but you know. And I like the subtleties of it too, because like with him becoming sweeter and nicer over time, it's subtle. It never happens like super quick or like right away. It happens little bit by little bit, and there's just like these these micro expressions that he does that shows a big change. There's like the different acts he'll do, and the way he like starts communicating with people more. And obviously by the time he like goes to help Anita and everything, it's like by that time he's like fully invested in it. And I think the big moment, the big kind of turning point moment where it's like at this point he's fully invested in them and he loves them, is the moment where he meets with her at the door. Not Anita, Mariosa? I think that was the name. I apologize. Hold on. I'm not always great with names, so... Marisol. I was close. Marisol. When she met him at the door and she, like, you know, actually, you know, confronted him about his shit. and actually drove into him for the way he's acted, especially when she was just scared for him. When he, like, had that little health scare moment. And then he opened up, and like because they didn't even need to say anything. Just from his expression, you could tell he was thinking in his head, I fucked up big time. This woman cares so much for me, and I fucked up. You could tell so much from just the expression he had. And so when he started opening up to her and telling her everything, not just that he was trying to help Anita, but everything, it's because he understood what he did wrong and wanted to fix that. That's the moment where it's like it truly changed for him. Where he truly, fully committed to letting them into his heart. And the various things we see him like do over this, and going from like being so grumpy, but still, being nice enough to actually still help out, even if he's gonna like grump about it, to someone who willingly gives his car to this young trans man. Mind you, to keep him from getting a Volkswagen, but genuinely out of the kindness of his heart. The way he works so hard to save Anita and her husband from these parasites. Everything he does for Marisol and her family. He found happiness in the end. Where he had been hopeless before, where he had been suicidal, he was finally able to find happiness again, and find love and family. And you could say that there's a certain dark irony behind the fact that once he finally found something to live for again, that's when he passes away. But he was ready then. He wasn't actually ready before, and that's why everything kept stopping him. He didn't actually want to leave before. And he didn't necessarily want to leave when he did. But he knew that his time was coming anyway, because he kept having the heart palpitations constantly. And so instead of trying to fight it, instead of trying to like hold on, he just made sure that once he did pass, he would be able to give everything to the people who brought him back from that pain. That he would give back to them as they so generously gave to him in the first place. And I think that this movie wouldn't have worked if he didn't pass in the end. Because it showcased exactly how much he had grown and evolved, and how much hope and love he had found again, by showing what he did for them in the event of his death. Showing how much they meant to him, and how much he put in place for them following that. And it's sad, but it's beautiful. And it did its job. Like, I got teary. I didn't like full on cry, which I'm actually really surprised at, because I wasn't holding myself back. It just didn't make me full on cry. And I really thought it was going to. But I managed to get through it somehow without even really like trying. This movie, like, just this was good. This was really good, really sweet, and I really enjoyed it. So Tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this film? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Let me know. And thank you so much again to to Smurf for donating for this. Uh, Thank you so much. If you have any suggestions for the future, any ideas, please feel free to let me know. And as a reminder, I should probably mention this here as well. This next coming month, September, is our next double reward month. So if you want to donate for me to react to something of your choice like this, or any movie, show, YouTube video, anything you would want me to react to, you just donate. It's pretty simple as long as I haven't seen it before, and you can check with me on that. Donations for September are going towards a few things. Typical stuff with like the channels and all. Typical stuff with like, general expenses. But also I have to pay for a mattress because my old air mattress that I was using kind of went kaput, and so I've needed something else, and so I need to get that paid for. Any little bit helps. Obviously, donations don't have to be a lot. Like, donations on the channel, as always, can be anything you can afford. My only limit is $1. It just has to be at least $1. As long as you hit that, you're good. Because I know not everybody has a lot of money these days, so I'm not too worried about it. Whatever you can afford, whatever you want to afford. It's also entirely optional. If you don't want to or can't, you don't have to worry about it. It's just a way for you guys to get more involved in like what I react to on the channel, and is just a way to like have you guys have me react to things that I might not have otherwise seen. And so yeah, just if you want to check about a movie or a series or anything, see if I've seen it or not. Feel free to ask here in the comments, or you can go onto the Discord server, which is linked below. You can ask me on there. You can contact me on any of my social medias, which are linked. Whatever is most easy and comfortable for you. But yeah, for the entire month of September, for every donation, you actually get 2 rewards instead of 1. Normally, you just get 1 reward per donation. For September, since it's double reward month, you get 2. And again, it can be anything. Genre doesn't matter. Time period doesn't matter. It can even be a movie that hasn't actually come out yet. Anything you want. And again, it can be a series as well. It can be something off of YouTube. Whatever you want, as long as I haven't seen it. So yeah. Thank you all so much, as always, for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.